Hi, this is Chris. I just thought I'd do an impromptu how to add your listings to the website for you, so that way you would have a video tutorial to refer to and see. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to answer or help out in any way. So what we want to do is you want to have your tabs open. So I have this latlong.net and I have your MLS listings that we want to load today. I have a listing of the posts because I've sorted them. I've been listing them by their address so that you can easily sort them and use them in the future. You don't need that. This is posts again, and this is the front page. So basically what we want to do is what you want to do is you want to make sure you have these pictures. And when you get them from the MLS, they're reduced in size, so they're great and quick to load on your computer. So I'm saving these large images as, and what we want to do, I'm saving them by their address. That way they can be found later. I figure that's the consistent information there. So I'm saving them into a folder with their address. You can see that here. And I'm going to, for organizational purposes, I'm going to save them as the address and with the letter A. This is picture A for this address. And I hit save. And I went through and do this with all of these pieces. I do a control V, which pastes it in. I add the B, and then I hit save. So what I've done now is I've saved all these pictures with the different letters, and now I'm going to go over to details. So we're going to go to posts while that loads, and we want to add a new post. I'm going to open it in a separate tab because I like to have my tabs lined up that I can bounce through. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that I have this address copied correctly, because that's going to be the beginning of our post. So we're going to put the address in here, and I'm also going to put it in the latitude and longitude because I need it for later, and so I want to save it. So I'm going to get rid of this information here because I usually add like 4-bedroom. So I'm going to look over here, and it says it's a northwest. It looks like it's a home, and it's 3 bedrooms. So I'm going to add those descripting factors here. I'm going to put northwest 3-bedroom home. Let's do Tucson. And in Tucson. Okay, so what I do is I go over here and I look for these notes here as kind of a lead-in. It's nice, it's not just formatted text, so I make a copy. And I'm going to add that here. And then after that lead-in text, I'm going to add this read more tag. And I'll show you in a minute what the read more tag does. I'm going to hit an enter, and so that I'm down a space, and I'm going to come up here, and you can format this how you'd like to. For me, I've just have been copying the information that is here to make sure it is the most accurate, and then pasting. So now the information is pasted in there. I'll move this up here because the information doesn't need to be so spread out. I'm going to put pictures down here later. So now I have all of those in here, and now I'm going to add some photos. Those photos that I downloaded that are website size. I can send you a file reducer program that's really quick and easy if we need to, but that's all the pictures. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add media, and I want to upload. And I'm going to select a file, and I'm going to go to we were on River Otter Drive, and so I'm going to choose the first image, just because that's what I have. And so you can't see it, but I'm hit open on the screen, off the screen, and then I'm going to scan down here and see the address shows up. So when you search the media file galleries later with this search, you could just search by the address and you should be able to find your media files all related to that specific address, or just type in the 1860 and you'll get things like that. So then what you want to do is you want to come down here, and we want this particular one left aligned, and we're not going to link it to anything, and I just want a medium picture, and I'm going to hit insert. So there's the photo, and it's going to be read more, and then I need those other images along there. So I'm going to go back down here to the very bottom, and I'm going to add media. This time I'm going to create a gallery. So I'm going to create a gallery, and I'm going to upload files to it. So I'm just going to do a few of these for now, and I'll add the rest later, but just for essence of time of the video. So I'm going to hit open, and so it's going to upload all those images for me. I'm I'm going to select this one because it can go in there again. So now all of these, let's see, what did I go up to? I went up to J. So that way when I go back, I know which ones I'm at. So all of these are selected. See these little selects, and you can get rid of the selection by hitting the negative. So say you don't want that one after all, but this will do all the selected. And we're going to create a new gallery, an attachment page. We want them to link to nothing. We don't want them to click on the picture and take them away to some random coded page. So we're going to link to none. We have 3 columns, and we're going to insert the gallery. Okay, so now we have finished our actual body of the text, and we have the address and the subject, and now we wanted the categories. So we want available rentals always, and this is a Northwest property according to your listing. So I'm going to do Northwest. If you need to add other things, you can add new category. That's easy. And this was 3 bedrooms. So I'm in the tags here. I'm going to put 3 bedrooms, Tucson, home, and rental. Okay, so I'm going to add all those. These are just descriptive factors of it. You don't want to get too crazy there and have it too wide. And here's where we need our address. So I have my address over here saved already, so I'm going to copy it with a right click, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to see this view location fields. So I want the address here, and then I need my latitude. And this information adds it to the mapping program. So paste the latitude, copy the longitude. Okay, so now we're there, and I am going to choose to set my featured image as, what was it, 1860. See, I typed that in so the images were able to come up. So I'm going to set this as my featured image, which shows up in the slider, and then all of these columns are filled, and so I'm going to hit publish. Okay, so that has been published. So you know it's published in the list because it won't say, usually they say draft next to them if they're still in draft status. So if I wanted to change this back to draft because it's not available anymore, which means it would take out of the public viewing eye, I would hit edit and I would change it to draft and hit OK, and then I would hit the update button. I don't want to do that right now. And if I were to go back to it again, then I would just open it up and I would hit publish again, and it should publish the most recent date. If it doesn't, you can always edit and change the date it's published, but you should publish things for today. So say I loaded this 3 weeks ago, it went off the market, and now it's coming back on the market. I want to put it back on with today's date. So you're always going to make sure those dates show the most current, because that affects your front slider, and then your mapping information is there. So let's go look at it. So we're going to hit view post. And here is all your information. This is the formatting from the tabbing from MLS. And like I said, you can sort it however you want to. Here are our photos in the gallery that we added. This here on the right is just available rental lead-ins here also. Just trying to get people to look at things and be interested in it. And then what we have here is, this also shows up on the available rentals page. And because we did the read more, see, it just gives highlights so people can easily skim through rather than have all that information. This picture was uploaded with a large, so it obviously needs to be moved back down. So we're going to hit edit because the picture is too big for the space, and I'm going to hit this and this little icon to edit, and I want it to be a medium. It doesn't need to be that overwhelming there, and I'm going to hit update. So if I'm in the back and I want to see the front again, you hover over here and you hit visit site. So now, so the most recent ones show up here. That's why it's important to do the date, because the most recent ones show up in here. Here's your title and here's a few words about it, and people can click on it and they can go to the page. So then what we also want to look at is your available rental map. So here's your rental map. So the properties that we've added today are showing up on your map and showing up in different places because we added those latitude and longitude, and because we hit the available rentals category. It's key in your categories to make sure you hit available rentals. So what do we have now? Let's refresh, and our property should be in there. 1860 West River, and this information shows that the author was Sinclair Edmond, which I can show you how to change the authors. I'll do that in a minute. Now the categories are available rentals, and then 3 bedrooms home. It was published 3 minutes ago. So let's look at this again. Future wise, or here it is, it's loaded in. This is how it looks on Google when people search things. So you can change your keywords and all of that, and it helps you figure out how to get to where you want to be for SEO, and put that information in there. So it's just you just basically fill these in with key information and go forward. So I'd have to think about it before I do it. So basically what I wanted to do was show you that under screen options, if you make sure author is tagged, and if you want all of these posts to come from Sinclair Admin, and you can change it to Sinclair Admin. Ileana Russell is a lady who works for me, and she's been doing a lot of the uploading. So what happens is if it was her, I could change it to Sinclair Admin. Every user should have their own login, so the names will change. And so what you want to do is make sure that you probably want to make sure your author is consistent. It's totally up to you. It's just a preference. So I'm going to hit update. And I think that is the majority of the information on how to do it. If you want to, this is just a video regarding the post. So I'll do another video explaining more some of the other pieces, but I just wanted to show you how to make those posts that are your available rentals, which hook into this slideshow, so your most recent will show, as well as the available rentals map. So it's a pretty dynamic site with all the different features on it. So, and that's it for me. If you have any questions, of course, just give me a call. I'm always here to answer. Thank you.